have to control our thoughts in this world.
PhD from Stanford, and I'm taking orders from a guy who runs a comic book store.
You want to be in charge, Kripke?
No, you're doing fine.
What happens when Stuart finally realizes that saving the universe may be much harder than running a comic book store? In Stuart Fails to Save the Universe Episode 7, the situation is about to get completely out of control. Stuart, Barry, and the rest of the group are already dealing with problems that no normal person could handle, but this time, something feels different. Their plan is supposed to fix everything, yet one small mistake could create an even bigger disaster. And the biggest question is, can Stuart actually take control before the entire universe falls apart? Save the Universe Episode 7 immediately gives us the feeling that Stuart is stepping into a situation far bigger than he expected. Stuart has never exactly been the person everyone looks at when they need a hero, but now he is being pushed into a position where he has to make important decisions. And that is where things become interesting, because Stuart may finally have to prove that he can handle the pressure. The problem is, every time Stuart tries to make things better, something seems to go completely wrong. This time, the danger is not only around him. It could actually be connected to the choices he is making. Barry is also becoming an important part of the situation, and his strange way of thinking could either help Stuart or make everything even more confusing. Barry is extremely intelligent, but intelligence does not always mean good judgment. When the group starts trying to understand what is really happening, Stuart realizes that they cannot simply guess their way through this problem. They need a real plan. And the moment they start putting that plan together, the tension begins to rise. Stuart wants to prove that he can save the day, but there is a huge difference between wanting to be a hero and actually being ready for what comes next. The promo seems to tease that Stuart is going to face a moment where he has to choose between doing what feels safe and doing what could actually save everyone. And that decision could completely change the direction of the story. What makes this even more exciting is the connection to the world of the Big Bang Theory. The humor is still there, the characters still have their strange personalities, but the story is now dealing with much bigger and crazier problems. Stuart is no longer just trying to survive an awkward situation. He is dealing with something that could have consequences for everyone around him. And when the stakes become this high, even one wrong move can be dangerous. The promo also makes it feel like the group is not completely united. Some characters may believe Stuart knows what he is doing, while others could have serious doubts about his decisions. That creates another problem, because if Stuart loses the trust of the people helping him, how can he possibly stop what is coming? Barry, of course, is not going to make things easy. His confidence and strange comments can turn a serious moment into something completely unpredictable. But behind the comedy, there could be a much bigger clue. Barry may understand something about the situation that Stuart has not figured out yet. And if that is true, then Stuart needs to start listening before it is too late. The biggest mystery surrounding Episode 7 is what exactly causes Stuart to fail. The title itself, Stuart Fails to Save the Universe, sounds like a warning. We already know something is going to go wrong, but the real question is how bad it becomes. Does Stuart make the wrong decision? Does someone else interfere with the plan? Or is there something about the universe that they simply cannot control? The promo appears to keep that answer hidden, and that makes the episode even more exciting. Stuart could be getting closer to the solution while unknowingly creating a new problem at the same time. And that would fit perfectly with his character. He wants to do the right thing, but sometimes his confidence and panic can work against him. This could also be the episode where Stuart finally understands that he cannot do everything alone. He may need Barry and the others more than he wants to admit. At the same time, the people around Stuart may realize that he is actually capable of more than they expected. That could create a very interesting change in their relationship. Instead of simply treating Stuart like the guy who owns the comic book store, they may finally start seeing him as someone who can take responsibility when things get serious. But before Stuart gets that respect, he may have to survive one of the biggest mistakes of his life. The suspense comes from knowing that something is about to happen, while the characters themselves may still have no idea how dangerous the situation really is. The promo keeps building that feeling with every moment, making us wonder if Stuart is actually moving closer to saving the universe or walking directly into the disaster. And if the title is telling us the truth, then Stuart may not get the happy ending he wants. But failing does not always mean the story is over. Sometimes, failure is what forces a character to finally understand what they have been doing wrong. That could be exactly what happens here. Stuart may lose control, the plan may collapse, and everything may look impossible, but that could also become the moment when he discovers what he is really capable of. The most dangerous part is that Stuart might have only one chance to get it right. If he makes another mistake, there may be no way to undo the damage. So as episode 7 gets closer, the biggest question is not simply whether Stuart can save the universe. The real question is whether Stuart is finally ready to stop thinking like the same old Stuart and start making decisions like someone who understands what is at stake. Because this time, there may be no second chance. And if the promo is giving us even a small hint of what is coming, then episode 7 could turn into one of the most chaotic and surprising chapters of the entire spin-off. Stuart wants to be the hero, but the universe may have a very different plan for him. And by the time he realizes what is really happening, it might already be too late.